So as we're comfortably here, we're going to go ahead and roll our shoulders back, come into a comfortable space. You can go ahead and relax your feet here, extending them out in front of you. You can also begin to sit tall in your seat and just allow yourself to sit relaxed and comfortable. I'm going to invite us at this time to begin to notice how our breath is feeling within our body. You can begin to start noticing maybe the pace of how your breath feels. You can begin to start noticing maybe some of the thoughts that are going on within. And then we're going to begin to draw our breath, sending it to various parts, just first to check in. So as we're here, you can begin to, if it's accessible to you, notice how your feet are feeling here. You can begin to notice how maybe your ankles may be feeling at this time. You can take the time to notice maybe how your shins and how the back of your calves are feeling. You can also begin to notice maybe how your knees are feeling at this time. Noticing how your thighs and how your hamstrings may be feeling. And then begin to start noticing how your sit bones, maybe how your hips are feeling at this time. Noticing how your back might be feeling here. And then begin to start noticing how your shoulders are feeling. Maybe the front of your chest. Noticing the weight of your arms. And then begin to start noticing how your neck feels at this time. And lastly, the crown of your head. And as you're noticing, yes, the physical part of how the crown of the head feels, it's more intentional. I'd like you to really think about how your thoughts are at this time and check in with that. And then with one deep collective breath, I invite us to draw all this energy in, pulling it from our feet all the way up to the crown of our head. And as you exhale, you can expel that energy whichever way feels good for you. It can come out of your mouth, your nose. You can be audible and make sound. We'll take 2 more deep collective breaths here. Then on our next inhale, I invite us to gently reopen our eyes here into this space. And we're first going to start the practice with nostril breathing. So first we're going to bring our index and our middle finger and rest it on the middle of our brow. I'm using my right hand. And my fourth finger is going to keep the left nostril open while my thumb is closing the right. We're going to breathe in on the left side. Hold at the top, closing the left nostril. Exhale on the right. Inhaling on the right. Closing the right nostril. Exhale on the left. Now, if you prefer to have your hands in front of you and not your face, then I'll share this one also. You can rest your palms face up. First, starting with your palms closed, we'll just gently open up the right hand. And then your left palm, you're gonna, on your inhale, gently open. And then on your exhale, you would close the right palm. Inhale right. Exhale left. And we'll continue together. Inhale on the left side. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. And we'll continue with this pace for 3 more rounds, taking your time, finishing on the left side. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. 2 more rounds at your own pace, finishing on the left. Exhaling everything out on the left side. If you do have your hands up by your nose, you can gently rest them down here in front of you and just go ahead and take the time to notice how you're feeling here. Noticing the coolness of the air coming in and out of your nostrils at this time. And now we're going to gently reopen our eyes, beginning to continue with our warm-up. So first we're going to start from our head and come down. Starting with our head first. As we comfortably sit tall, you can root your seat again and relax your feet, walking them back in towards you if you have them extended. And then begin to relax your arms just on your knees here, first starting with our head. On our next inhale, we're gently going to turn our head towards the left side of our body, comfortably bringing our chin to our shoulder. And as we exhale, slowly bringing our head back to center. Inhale, gently turning towards the right side. Exhale, head back to center. We'll do 2 more on each side, taking our time slowly with our breath. Inhale to the left. Exhale, center. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. One more. On your next inhale, we're gently going to rise our chin up towards the ceiling or the sky, lengthening our neck. On our exhale, we'll bring our head back down to center. Inhale, drawing our chin down towards our chest, this time rounding the back of our neck. Exhale, back to center. And all of these slow movements are just a part of the grounding. Inhale, raising the chin up. Exhale, lowering the head down, back to center. Inhale, rounding, bringing the chin down towards the chest. Exhale. This time, as we bring our head center, begin to extend your hands out in front of you. We're going to do a little bit of warm up for our arms. As we our hands push forward, we're first going to begin to inhale, squeeze them nice and tight. As we exhale, spread the fingers wide open. With all of these spaces, I always invite you to close your eyes if it's comfortable for you or soften them. Inhale, draw them in. Exhale, spread your fingers wide. Inhale, nice and tight. Exhale. We'll continue doing a couple of these more at your own pace. Just noticing how your hands are feeling, maybe how your arms are feeling. One might be stronger than the other. I know I always have differences. One of mine shakes and one's stronger. So just bringing that awareness to the body. On your next exhale, as you squeeze, go ahead and draw them in tight. And now we're going to draw circles with our wrists. You can comfortably draw them towards the inside of your body. Noticing how our wrists are feeling in this space. Maybe how your shoulders are feeling here also. And so all of this is leading up to the theme of Earth. That is what we're dealing with and thinking about for this week. On your next exhale, draw the opposite direction. Focusing on that earth element, grounding, security, solidity. So a lot of these movements, we're probably wondering why and how does all of that fall in line? But as we're in these spaces, what I love to think about with this one, on your next exhale, push your hands forward. This time we're going to bend just one wrist down and the other. This week, Earth is focusing on the space of home. So even if all of these postures may be feeling different or new, whatever it looks like or feels like, make that feel at home for you. We're going to make this action even bigger, turning our hands both over. This time bring one towards our shoulder. Exhale the opposite. Inhale. Exhale. And then we'll move on to our last one here, bringing both this time our hands to our shoulders. We're going to turn our elbows out to the side of our body and begin drawing small circles towards the front. If this is a good space, we can stay right here. And then gradually we're going to get bigger. As you're here, noticing the stretch in the back of your shoulder blades maybe. Of course, noticing how your shoulders are, but also the front of your chest here. And maybe your hips. We'll complete this last circle, and then we'll begin to draw circles this time backwards. Again, starting small. If this is a good space, stay right here. And then gradually getting bigger. And as you draw your shoulders back, you're also pulling down. So you may feel a stretch across the front of your chest, the back, maybe along even the sides of your neck. And then on our next exhale, this is where we'll release our arms down alongside our body. So I want you to just really feel the weight of your hands hang here. Sit comfortable and tall. We can begin to rock ourselves back and forth in our seat just to root our sit bones. And then we're going to turn our palms forward, starting out here in mountain pose. So we'll always warm up every week. We're always going to start off with some form of nostril breathing. We'll do some series of eye movements, which you'll see later. And then we'll do a sequence of movements that warms up the body, and then we'll start here in mountain pose. So as we're here, you can begin to root your feet. You can play with them here by lifting them up and down, and that's what we're going to first start with, just rocking your feet back and forth, and just noticing how that feels as you roll up onto your heels and then roll up onto your toes. And then we're going to relax our feet right here. And then you can shake them out for a moment. Our first round of series of movements is going to include our blocks and our knees. We're first going to start with sun breaths. On your inhale, we're going to raise both of our hands up overhead, pushing the palms together and draw them down to our heart on our exhale. Bring them back alongside your body. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, down to your heart. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time we're going to fold forward, resting our hands on our blocks. So if you do have them nearby, you can go ahead and set them up comfortably on the outside of your feet. We will be moving down towards them, or you can just use your knees and bend forward. Beginning again with our hands alongside our body. Inhale, reaching up high. Exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands down to where they're comfortable. It could be your blocks, the earth, maybe your knees. Inhale, gently raise your head up with a soft back. Exhale, fold forward, bend down. Inhale, gently bring your hands to your knees here and rise yourself back up to seated pose. Exhaling our hands alongside our body. Inhale, reaching up high. And exhale down to our heart. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands down to where they're comfortable. Inhale, gently raise the head up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bringing your hands to your knees, gently rise yourself up to seated pose. Exhaling our hands alongside us. Inhale, reach up high. And exhale, down to our heart. Last one, we'll flow right into it. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise your head up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, gently bring your hands to your knees, rising yourself up to seated pose. Exhaling your hands alongside you, gently raise your hands up overhead. And exhale down to our heart. Beautiful. From here, we're now going to begin to widen our stance. So you can open up your legs here and you're going to point your feet outward. We're first going to start off grounding here in goddess pose. Once your legs are here, begin to extend your hands out like you have goalposts as arms. You can spread your fingers wide here just to keep your fingers active and using all parts, even our toes. As they're here, don't have to just keep them flat. You can raise them up and grip the mat if you like. And then begin to come up with a nice straight flat back that's comfortable for you. We're going to take 5 deep breaths here. And on your next breath, on your exhale, we're going to extend out into star, reaching in all directions. Feeling the energy as you sit tall, being pulled up through the crown, but also reaching out in each direction through your palms here. As you inhale, expanding the chest, watching it rise and fall. And then on our exhale, we're going to close our center, bringing our hands in together here. And then bring your hands down in front of your chair. First, you can stay here if you want to just bring that one right foot back in front of you, extending the left leg off to the side. We're going to open up this way to a V-sit. If you'd like to shift your hips back and extend the right leg, you can also do that here too. We're going to set ourselves up for warrior 2. So first, again, you can always start off, I'll always do different layers. First, just sitting sideways, opening up the leg here, and then just bring your hands to your heart center. If you're going to extend the leg, just shift your hips back, allowing your leg to be relaxed forward and not too far with the knee. And then just gently reach back with the right. Bringing our hands in front of us. On our inhale, we'll open our hands up wide. And you can look over those left fingertips here in warrior 2. On our next exhale, we're going to lower that right hand down on our hip or the back of our leg here, and then gently raise the left hand up for revolved warrior. And On our next exhale, we'll gently bring that left elbow down onto our knee, or if you do have a block, you can also rest your hand on a block. But you can also just rest it on that left knee, and we're going to extend the right hand across our body for extended side angle pose. So you'll feel a nice stretch here along the right side, and you can just rest that left hand on your knee here. And we'll take 3 deep breaths here. With each inhale and exhale, try to reach just a little bit further, creating more space. And on your exhale, we're going to windmill ourselves back up to center. So if your legs are extended, you can gently walk them back in here. If your leg is already still in that V-sit, we're going to close and we'll turn to the opposite side. Again, first starting off just with ourselves set up this way, just an open V off to the right side of our body. If you'd like to shift your hips, you can here and extend this time the left leg back. If you'd like to put a block on the outside of your foot, you can if you wanted to rest it down. Or again, we'll use our knee when we get there. So again, always starting off, first just creating that V sit. And if you'd like to extend, you can reach back with the left. We'll bring our hands to the front of our center. On our inhale, gently open up wide here. And then we'll look over our right fingertips. And we'll take 3 deep breaths here. And on our exhale, we're going to drop that left hand back on our hip or either behind our leg and reach up with the right palm for that revolved warrior. Again, with each inhale, feel like you're reaching just a little bit higher. And on our exhale, we're going to lower down, bringing the elbow to the knee or your block. And then we'll reach across us here with the left. Feeling that gentle stretch just along the left side of our body here. And we'll take 3 deep breaths. On our exhale, we'll windmill ourselves back up. And then we'll close our center here and then begin to draw that leg gently back in. We can shift our hips back towards the front of us. And now we're going to move ourselves into our hamstring stretch. So with the earth, we got to root ourselves. We'll extend first just the left leg out. You can keep that right knee bent. If you do have a strap or a scarf nearby and you'd like to pull this way, you can. But first I'm gonna either just have you sit tall. If this is more than enough for you right here, just that extension of the leg, you can just hold on to the side of your chair here, sitting tall, and we'll take our breaths in this space. If you'd like to lean forward, you can bring your hands to your hips here and gently hinge at the waist, coming down to wherever you're comfortable, and you can stop here. And you'll feel that stretch in the back. If you'd like to go just a little bit more, you can bring the blocks in. And then you can rest your hands on your blocks here. And then all at the same time, on our exhale, we can begin to hinge and breathe into the spaces that are comfortable for us. We'll take 3 deep breaths. And on your inhale, we'll gently bring our hands to our hips if they're not already there. And you can rise yourself back up to seated. And then we'll draw that leg in here. You can feel free to shake it out. And then we'll extend the right side out here, again, bringing in the left, just bending that knee. Again, first, just if it's comfortable here, just having that leg extended, you can stay right in this space, just holding onto the chair, sitting tall. If you'd like to hold onto your hips, begin to hinge forward at the waist on your exhale, and then go where you're comfortable and stop here. You can also bring your hands down to blocks. And then everyone together on your exhale, begin to hinge and come into that space that's comfortable for you. And we'll take our 3 deep breaths. And on your next inhale, we'll draw our hands back towards our hips, gently rising ourselves back up to seated. And then we can walk that leg back in towards us. Again, feel free to shake it out. And then relaxing our feet here, bring your hands comfortably onto your kneecaps. And we're going to move into seated cat-cow. On your exhale, begin to round your back, lowering your head. On your inhale, sit forward, pulling the shoulders back, opening the front of your chest, leaning with your chin. Exhale, rounding, pulling the shoulders forward, let your head fall. Inhale, chest forward, pulling the shoulders back, leading with your chin. And continue doing cat-cow at your own pace, moving slowly with your breath. In each of these spaces, taking the time to notice maybe how your shoulders are feeling, especially this one, how your back might be feeling, your hips. And then on our next inhale, we'll draw ourselves back to center here. You can come back up to a relaxed back. And then we're going to transition here first, already in it, into chair pose. But chair is eventually going to turn into twists. So again, having our feet relaxed, comfortably apart. On your inhale, begin to hinge forward slightly and reach your hands out in front of you. And at the same time as you reach forward, you're also reaching back with your hips in your chair. We'll take 3 more deep, slow breaths here. Again, with each inhale, trying to reach just a little bit further. And this time on our exhale, bringing the palms together. If it's comfortable, you can bring that right elbow down to the left knee. And you can just gently hold your hands here to the side. If it's too much to bend forward, you can also just do a side twist by sitting up and just gently twisting towards the left side. If you are leaning forward with the palms together, we'll press into the palms and we'll take 3 more slow, deep breaths here. And with each inhale, again, just feeling the expansion inside the upper part of our body. Sending the breath all the way down to our toes. And we'll begin our 3 breaths here. On our next inhale, we'll release this side, gently inhaling the hands forward, back up to chair, reaching in front of you. And on our exhale, gently turning towards the right side, palms together. Again, if it's comfortable, you can bring the elbow to the knee. Pressing the palms together, we'll look towards the right side of our body. Or again, you can sit up and just do a gentle twist, also towards the right side, holding onto your leg and chair. And we'll take 3 deep breaths here. On your next inhale, we'll release, drawing our hands back up to center, back to chair pose. And then this time we're going to draw the hands back like airplanes, slowly, keeping ourselves still hinged forward, but just reaching the arms back. Inhale, drawing the hands back in front of us slowly. Exhale, airplane arms backwards. Inhale. Exhale. We'll do one more each way. Inhale. Exhale. And then this time, as you bring the arms down, we're going to hold on to the sides of our chair. And this time we're going to pull the shoulder blades back, opening up the front of our chest here, pulling the shoulder blades almost so that they're touching behind us. And we're just going to take a couple breaths here in this space, pulling them tight together and keeping your neck soft. It may want to tense up, and this is where we're going to try to balance out by softening this area. And then on our exhale, we'll release. You can let the shoulders come forward, and then feel free to shake your arms out. Next, we're going to move on to one of my favorites. I love eagle pose. So this is going to be twisting. So we'll always start off nice and small first. Just crossing the left foot over the right ankle. If this is comfortable, you can stay here. If you'd like to cross your leg, you can cross that leg over, and you can either let it hang, or if you have your block or your book, you can rest your foot on it here as extra support. We're going to bring our hands in front of us and then begin to wrap that left arm around the right. As we're doing this with both our arms and our legs, we're squeezing them as tight as we can, trying to contract and restrict. So this is a nice one, holding it nice and tight here in the arms and the legs. On your inhale, gently raise the arms up. You'll feel a little stretch in the back of your shoulder blades here. And on your exhale, hinge forward and begin to draw the elbows comfortably down towards your belly, rounding your back. You can even just rest down onto your thigh. And then breathe deeply into this space, feeling a gentle stretch in your back with each inhale and exhale. 2 more deep breaths. On your inhale, begin to rise yourself back up to seated. And on our exhale, you can gently unwrap and release. Feel free to shake it out if you need to. We'll switch sides. This time, putting the block on the outer edge of your foot. We'll cross the right foot over. Sorry, we'll start small. I got ahead of myself. Always start off first just with your feet crossed. If this is good, you can stay right here. And then of course, you can cross the leg, bringing that block or book along the edge of the outer foot. Again, you want to keep it nice and tight. You're squeezing the legs together here. You can also feel a stretch in the side of your legs here too. Bringing that right arm around the left. And then on our inhale, gently raising the arms up. And on our exhale, hinging forward at the waist, drawing the belly button. The elbows down towards the belly button here. You can let your head fall. And we'll take 3 more deep breaths. On your next inhale, we'll draw ourselves back up, rising up with strength here. And then on our exhale, releasing this side again. You can shake it out if you like. And we're going to do that one more time on each side. And this time it's also going to be showing you, if we're not wrapping, that you can also give yourself a hug. That was a part of what, and it's an excuse to do it again. So again, we're first gonna go ahead and just cross ankles. Start here if this is comfortable. And then again, we'll just put that block on the outer edge, drawing the left foot over. Again, holding it nice and tight here. We're squeezing the legs together. Wrapping the left arm around if we're doing that, or you can also just cross arms over each other, having your hands on your shoulders here. And then on our next exhale, begin to hinge forward at the waist, rounding the back. And just holding ourselves tight here. And we'll take again our 3 deep breaths. And on our inhale, we'll gently raise ourselves back up to seated. Setting ourselves up again for the opposite side. We can release our arms whichever way. And then we'll bring the block again to the outer edge of the other foot. Starting off with just ankles crossed. Stay here if this is good. Crossing the leg, resting on our book, our block if we like, but bringing the legs nice and tight. Try and squeeze them as they're crossed. Again, this time we're going to either wrap the right around the left, or we're just going to cross the opposite arms over this time. Hands on our shoulders. On our inhale, raise the chest up. And on our exhale, begin to hinge and round, emptying the belly. And we'll take our 3 deep breaths. On your next inhale, we'll raise ourselves back up to seated. And then we can release our arms down here. And we can also unwrap our legs. You can move your block over to the side here. And now we're going to begin to start winding down our practice. So as we come back to a comfortable seat, I invite you to move the flesh out from underneath you. We're going to prepare ourselves for our cooling postures here, which will be eye exercises and palming. So what you're going to notice each week that we're going to always do is nostril breathing, whether it be at the beginning or the end. And we'll also do eye exercises just to get a full spectrum of just making sure that all of our body parts are getting the needs met because we forget these areas. So that's why we're going to move on to them now to close. So as you're sitting here relaxed, having your feet relaxed here, you can relax one of your palms in front of you. And this time we're going to bring our index and our middle finger to the tip of our nose. And we're having our head look forward only. And we're just going to move our eyes. And that's what's going to follow our fingertips only. So this is just a nice gentle stretch for your eyes. We're going to inhale to the right, the top, left, out to the side, and then the bottom. And then we'll come right back up. And then we'll pause. Inhale, top left corner, following your fingertips slowly with your eyes on your inhale. Exhale back to your nose. Inhale out to the side. Exhale back to center. Inhale, bottom left corner. Inhale back to your nose. Inhale out to the side. Exhale back to our nose. Inhale, top left corner. And exhale back to our nose. And then gently allow your eyes to close or soften here. You can let your palms rest down in front of you, allowing your arm to relax. And just begin to notice how you're feeling again in this space, how you're feeling at this point in the practice compared to when we started. All while appreciating the gentle stretch from looking in this direction. On your next inhale, we'll gently reopen the eyes and do the opposite side, bringing our fingertips this time to our nose. Again, we'll do each direction, keeping the head forward, moving the eyes only. Inhale, top right corner. Exhale. Inhale, out to the side. Exhale. Inhale, bottom right corner. Exhale. Inhale, out to the side. Exhale. Inhale, top right corner. Exhale. And then And allow your eyes to rest in this space. Again, bringing the palms in front of you. I invite us at this time to begin to start rubbing your palms together. Once they get nice and warm, you can rest the palm over your eyes, allowing your fingertips to rest on the top of your head here. And we're just going to take a couple breaths in this space. Again, noticing how we feel. Bringing that breath awareness into areas that will remind us to be strong and solid and firm. On our exhale, begin to draw your fingers down your face. Your fingertips can stop at your eyes if you like. You can give them a gentle rub here, a massage. On your exhale, drawing the fingertips down the front of the face here. And then stopping over top of your chest, at the top of your chest by your heart, one hand over each other. And then I invite us to take one deep breath together. And then gently reopen your eyes here. We're going to use the last 5 minutes to finish off with gentle breath and meditation, but I want you to be comfortable. So this is where your bolster or your pillow comes in. Feel free to grab anything near you that you can sit back in your seat and then allow your pillow to be on your lap here. As big as you like. You can pile it up. And then allow your arms to truly just relax in this space. You can let your head relax here. You can let your feet even relax. But I just want you to just consciously let your body rest. As you're here, we're going to do our normal breath. You don't have to control or lengthen it anymore. The next 5 weeks here, I'm inviting us to do this, to intentionally breathe together, bringing in the elements, but most importantly, making time like this at the end to sit and rest, because that is a part of the practice of yoga. We're doing all of these postures so that in the end, we're able to sit still. next breath, you can begin to wiggle your toes and your palms and your hands. If you have your pillow or whatever you were resting your hands on, you can move it gently over to the side here, walking your feet back towards you. And then I invite you to sit with your arms either stretched out in front of you if this is comfortable, or if you like, you can also sit with your hands at your heart center. I always like to finish the practice by saying a Sanskrit mantra 3 times, and then I'll say what it is in English to close. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free, and may our thoughts, words, and actions in some way contribute to each other's happiness and freedom. As always, I'll give thanks to this practice. I give thanks to you all for taking the time to practice with me. I always hope, especially during this time, that our families are well and safe and healthy. And I'll continue to hope and pray that our hearts continue to stay soft. Ashe.